Think of that like a expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm going to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm going to have a baby next year. And then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
Right.
I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I think that'll also help me too when I'm going through this whole body and life change.
Claressa never fails to make a complete fool of herself, since she got a tattoo of Papoose and stated in an interview that she would like to have a child with him next year. I would like to know why she was dumped by him barely 24 hours after. Many people do not feel sorry for Claressa because, to begin with, they think she is conceited for a lady who is clearly being controlled. Second, they find it annoying that she is out here with Papoose, knowing full well that he is still married and has a child. Third, she believed Remy was attempting to ruin her relationship, even though Remy had warned her that Papoose would take advantage of her and then dump her for a younger woman he could truly dominate. Hell, Claressa was not the only one with this thought. Many people were also thinking the same thing. And now we are here. When Claressa arrived to weigh in for her impending bout with Lee Daniels a few days ago, the whole situation came to a head. When she removed her fur coat to weigh herself, people's focus immediately switched from the reason she was there in the first place to the tattoo of Papoose's name, which was located directly on the lower half of her right. Claressa purposefully tucked in her bathing suit so the tattoo would be visible, giving the impression that she wanted us to view this smooth tattoo. Many were not present for this, and they jumped on her tail right away to drag her for dirt. One individual stated that her first boyfriend can't tell me different. Did sis tuck the bathing suit so we can see it? Another person said, getting another woman's husband's name. The paparazzi later interviewed her and Papoose as if all of this was not terrible enough. Additionally, Papoose did not seem very excited when the person filming them asked whether he would reciprocate by getting a tattoo of Claressa. To save face, Claressa had to join in his laughter as he dismissed the question. I mean, she had her man's tattoo on her body, and he was asked on camera if he would do the same for her, and he was having trouble responding. As I mentioned before, she has been involved in other relationship-related activities in recent days. She was talking endlessly in an interview a few days ago about wanting to put her career on wait and continue to have children with Papoose the next year. Papoose, on the other hand, has never ever indicated that he would be interested in having children with her, despite the fact that he presently resides in her home and works as her manager, as his main source of money, aside from the meager royalties he receives from his music. He essentially spends the entire night blowing her back out, staying at her house, where she supposedly pays all the bills, eating her food, earning money as her manager, then blowing her back out some more, using the energy he gets from the food she buys. Despite this, he still does not want children with her. Oh, honey, it's a mess.
Think of that like a expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm going to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm going to have a baby next year. And then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
Right.
I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this whole body and life changing.
Rumors are circulating that Papoose is already cheating and may possibly be leaving Claressa in the coming days. Just when we thought things could not get much messier, he has apparently been snooping on her for a while. She does not want anyone to tell her that Remy told her he was going to do this. Therefore, she would rather put up with that than end their relationship. It is hardly surprising that Claressa is acting in this way. She is a very arrogant person, and it is not unexpected that she will not put herself in a position where people will point out that Remy was correct all along, considering how much she and Remy have insulted one another over the past few months. If you recall, Remy received divorce papers not too long ago, which led to a lengthy and unpleasant back and forth between her and Pap. She also essentially foretold that Papoose would harm Claressa in that outburst. Remy informs Claressa that Papoose was only with her because he was unable to pay the rent, and that her home is the ideal type of free lodging for him to rebuild his life. Remy claimed that while she was incarcerated, Papoose promoted a picture of him and her enjoying the ideal marriage, but in actuality, he was cheating on her and getting several women pregnant.
That's a real one. I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home, and I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying. Who refused to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing it.
Women, how do y'all think y'all know what people, what do you tell somebody being broke to y'all? Because I see a lot of this like upgrade, downgrade, so-and-so's broke, this one's broke. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, y'all don't know what people have. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 million, whatever it was, I paid in cash. With my name on it only. I take care of the kid. I take care of it. So I stay here. You go, you move over here. You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. The gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. As my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right? He has a son. Right, so he acts like he doesn't have a son. He has a son. We have a son. I would be telling you, girl, get your ass from over there. What are you talking about? That's what I would be doing if that was my friend.
When Papoose responded to these accusations, he was not particularly kind either. He claimed that in order to visit her in jail each day for the first year of her sentence, he ruined his overall career by skipping performances and studio sessions. According to Papoose, this caused him to go bankrupt, and when Remy came out, all he received in return was her cheating with every man she met, and then gaslighting him as though he had not supported her the entire time.
Everybody know I was on top of the world. $1.5 million man, hottest rapper on the planet. Y'all seen it. Her situation took place. Like I said, I left my tour, came back, bailed her out. When I bailed her out, nothing but expense after expense after expense. I had to pay to pack her crib up, pay to put everything in storage, pay the storage bill every month, get a condo closer to the jail so I could visit her every day, visiting her every day, driving back and forth to the visit to see her every day. Everybody in my ear, Pap, you gotta get to work. You can't visit her every day. My deal folded. I exhausted all my funds. I had to get back to work. That's why I only visited her every day for a year straight. But after that, I had the space to visit out to like 3 times a week. Never missed a Christmas, never missed a Mother's Day, never missed a single holiday. I was there. Took care of the kids, took care of my stepson, took care of you, fed you, did everything for a year straight without working. There came a time where if her son needed certain things, if she had something in her account or whatever, she had to take care of it. If she could, she did. But for the most part, I did. Every single thing. That wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. I tolerated your foolishness and your cheating and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Everything would be fine and you would still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying, saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on a credit. I never did anything. When people said, you know, Pat writing that, oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing it, they saw the difference.
I will not lie. Remy sounded a little resentful during that live show. But with all the stories circulating right now, people are making fun of Claressa for ignoring Remy's warning since she was too preoccupied with her approach to pay attention. She is not only having S with this man, but she is also feeding him and putting money in his pockets in a miraculous way. When others began disparaging her, she went on the internet to refute the accusations and even assert that Papoose is the wealthiest man she has ever met. Of course, none of that is believed. They are certain that she is merely saying this to avoid the humiliation Cap has caused her. As usual, everyone has their own opinions, such as this individual who stated, Claressa needs to be with someone who doesn't have kids. She needs to start fresh with someone, get married, and have children with someone not in the public eye. Another person said, I believe, Remy, if Papoose was being such a black love king, Remy wouldn't have left. Women don't leave a happy, healthy, providing, loving, loyal home unless something is wrong. Remy said Papoose cheated on her multiple times and violated their marriage vows. I believe her. Look at what Papoose is doing and how he's doing it. Don't know an upright man moves fast like that because he'd be grieving or trying to heal that man about himself in his pockets. Claressa is a check. Now though, I would like to hear your opinions. How do you feel about Claressa being cheated on by Papoose? And do you guys truly believe that he will abandon her? Please share your opinions in the space provided below. And remember to click here to view this additional nasty video.